Hi everybody, this is Astrid Mueller again, illustrator and brand designer, and I'm passionate about helping women entrepreneurs succeed. I have something really crazy for you guys today. I decided to go super authentic and show you where I work and where I live at the moment, so you will get a real sense of things, and I'll tell you a little bit more about that later. But this is Kodiak, Alaska. I'm actually working here in the harbor today in a design studio where I rent a desk space. So I'm making things happen like totally remotely on a small island in Alaska, but it's totally possible to dream big even from here, and I'm going to show you how. So today I'm going to talk to you guys about networking and how I do it. A lot of people tell me that I'm really good at it, and I wanted to share that with you. And in case you're wondering why I'm doing the video from some different spot here and why all this stuff is going on in the background, I'm actually in a really cool design space here in a print studio on Kodiak Island, and I'm going to tell you guys a little bit more about that later. So I may act a little differently because I may get distracted, a little nervous because there's people, but I'm going to do my best to give you my hardcore video with lots of great tips as usual to send you off on an inspired weekend. So how do I do the whole networking thing? So basically, to give you a quick background, I'm originally from Switzerland, where I was always living in bigger city areas where it was a lot easier. And then I studied in New York as well, where networking is also at your fingertips. You can just attend networking events and do all those things. And then I moved to Kodiak Island, Alaska, totally away from everything, and I had to figure out new ways on how to do networking. And it was really challenging. So at the beginning, kind of tried to play with LinkedIn a little bit and all the social media stuff, reaching out to people. And that worked quite well individually. I just did a little bit of that, but it never really clicked with me fully until this year. So here's a few things that I did and how my journey, like how I figured out how networking can be so cool. So after the first steps of LinkedIn and social media, I did some efforts in traveling to cities and collaborate with people. For instance, I went to San Francisco. I did like a charity collaboration on a wedding thing. I was one of the design vendors for a wedding giveaway thing, and I thought, I'm going to see if I can keep working with people there. That did not really take off. Somehow it just didn't fully click, but it was a first step in the right direction. Then I kept following my passion. I kept doing what interests me, which I really recommend to you guys as well. Just keep pursuing that and go where your heart really beats strongest. So I kept doing that, and that led me to start my jewelry line. And I kept applying to Phoenix Fashion Week, to their emerging designer program, which I really recommend to you guys. If you're a fashion designer, go for it and dream big and try to apply if you have something cool. So I did that, and I got accepted the second time I applied. And landing there in Phoenix and kind of getting immersed in that emerging designer program and in that community, that was like a big learning thing for me. It made a huge jump in learning how to use networking. So what happened was I started to realize there were all these amazing people around me. I met really cool people, and we started to collaborate, and we did like photo shoots together, and I talked about that in different videos before. I made so many great connections, and I got lucky. I started with really good people who also know really good people. So we did all these things, and I'm still connected with Phoenix, and it kind of grew from there quite a bit for me. So I started an ambassador program, for instance, with students who are down in Phoenix who are excited about my jewelry brand, Call Possibility, and they love the whole spirit behind it, that you can make things happen if you dream big and work hard. Anything is possible. So we started doing that, and then we were thinking like how we could grow the brand, and we did a get together called Celebrate Possibilities, like a girl power thing, getting women together, inspiring them, and giving them a chance to network, meet each other, and to believe in themselves. So I did that in Phoenix, long distance. I was here in Kodiak, Alaska. I was in the whole event with a Skype video. We did that, and it was a success. It is inspiring people. And when I told my friends here in Kodiak, Alaska, they got excited about it, and they're like, "We should do this here as well." So I started one just recently here. We got together. We rented a space at the library, which is even free, which is an amazing opportunity here. So we had a few women who got together, And that was exciting. So I met new people through that as well, and they were excited to get connected with other women business owners, and they felt like, not alone anymore, and kind of like, coming out of your house, not just working for yourself, but meeting with others and helping others and getting help in return. So that was so exciting. And ever since I did that, that was just 2 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago, I'm feeling so many things are starting to happen. So many people are starting to tell me, like, yeah, I want to be at your next get together. I know women who are awesome. So all of this is happening. And then I'm doing so many things actually at the moment, and you don't have to do all those same things, but just to inspire you what is possible. So being here on Kodiak Island in a small community is a crazy challenge being remote, but at the same time, it can be huge opportunities. So I did run into the opportunity of I found this radio station, a local radio station that is actually open to accept submissions for radio programs. So when I saw that, I suddenly thought, oh my gosh, this is a cool opportunity. I can pursue my passion further about helping women entrepreneurs succeed. So I thought, okay, I'm going to pitch a radio program to that radio station and see what they say. And they accepted it. And I already started recording the first show. It's going to be interviewing women entrepreneurs who do amazing things, even though they live remotely. And I'm going to do that worldwide with cool women business owners. So if you know anybody by any chance who has a cool business, any women business owner, let me know. And I would love to consider her to be an interview person for the radio show, which will also be a podcast and on my blog and all those things. So I'm doing all those things right now. And for me, it's really starting to bubble. Like I'm connected with what interests me most, what I'm passionate about, which is helping women business owners succeed. And suddenly, what I realized when I did that, that suddenly things are just starting to happen. Like women approach me, and like when they know what I'm working towards, if they know people who want to get interviewed, they tell me about it and all those things. So here are a few tips for you, like how you can do this, and you don't have to go as crazy as I am, but you can draw some things from this. So one tip is like just find great people, like find people who interest you and who you think are cool, and then just start reaching out to them. It doesn't matter if it's like a LinkedIn shout out, give them a personal kudos, like say like, oh my gosh, what you do is amazing and I think we may have possible synergies. Let's just do a Skype chat or something like that. So that's something you can do from anywhere. Just personalize it and don't just do the standard LinkedIn, let's connect. That is not working. It always has to be genuinely interesting. Then get out of the house. So, either work in a cafe if you can do that as a freelancer or small business owner, that may be possible for you. If not, try to see if in your city there's a co-working space for entrepreneurs. A lot of times they have things like that. In my instance here in Kodiak, Alaska, I found this print shop called Print Masters Kodiak, and I just approached the owner and she asked her if I could rent a desk space, and she was like, yes. So now I'm like sitting in the studio that you see here, which is so cool. There's really great women working here. There's customers walking in all the time. So sometimes I get design inquiries even being here with them. And I meet other great women that I love to work with and interview soon for the radio show as well. So this is super cool. Get out of the house and work in a space that is inspiring for you and where you can meet other people that are interesting for you. Next thing is like always think in terms of how you can help others. So if you approach others with a big ear, like genuinely care like what they're working on, like what are their dreams and goals. That's like the first thing that I always ask people to start the conversation, and then you can discuss synergies and you may get ideas as you talk with them, so don't just start with your own thing, but always ask people first. And then people usually really appreciate that. And it helps you too to really see like whether there are synergies or even just, be nice to people. So that's a great tip that works for me. And then also tell people if you're on a mission to do something, if you have big goals, like tell them what you're working on, what your challenges are. Ask them if they know somebody so-and-so that you're looking for. Talk to people that can all really really help. Another thing that could really help you, I highly recommend, is like start a mastermind group or join a mastermind group, which if you don't know what that means, it's like a crazy big term, which basically means like find other business owners who are interesting for you, or kind of pursuing a similar or pursuing big goals, but kind of relating to you, so that you could be in a group with them, bouncing ideas back and forth. And I just started one this year, and I can't believe I waited for so long to do this. This is just so useful and inspiring. We are a group of 5 women business owners, and we have had so many opportunities where we already worked together, helped each other. So all those synergies can be so beneficial. And I had a different video where I talked about that in more depth. Another tip for you is find other entrepreneurs and just talk regularly. If you don't want to join an actual group, if you see exciting people, reach out to them, and don't be scared. Sometimes people may seem very inapproachable, but it's usually in our heads. I've even reached out to book authors before, and can I talk to you, and I pick your brain, or hey, I have a great idea, or a cool idea that may be interesting to you that I would like to share with you. I see what you're working on. Do you want to talk? And then, that happened to me before. So the sky is the limit. The world is full of possibilities. Look for amazing people that interest you, and then reach out. That's my big networking tip for you guys. And I'm going to conclude it with reference to a blog post I just wrote, to the book review that I did of Love is the Killer App, written by Tim Sanders. Check out that book. It's also super inspiring for networking, because it's all essentially about similar things. It's about being indispensable to others, and being compassionate and sincerely caring about others. And Tim Sanders does that by 3 principles. It's first is the knowledge. So he reads a ton of books. He internalizes all that knowledge, and then he walks around like basically as a living encyclopedia. So whenever he meets people in his networking pursuits, then he listens to them first, compassion. So and then he helps them with books and knowledge that he knows from the books. So he becomes indispensable, what he calls a love cat, helps people as much as he can, always paying it forward. And then he connects people. So he helps them also by knowing all these people, and knowing who is most useful for somebody. And then he introduces them to each other, which is all, he's not even thinking about himself at all. He's only paying it forward. And then that's his theory, it always comes back to you. And it's true. It's like when you approach people and help them, they want to help you in return. So it's all about good karma, making the world a little bit better, a step at a time, and it will all come back to you. So that's my inspiration for you for the weekend, you guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll be back on Monday morning with Motivation Monday with Melissa McGraw. See you guys soon. Bye-bye.